What is up, guys? This is Max Square, and in this video we're wrapping up our mini series on tools for social media. Today we're taking a look at probably my favorite aspect of the whole social media process, and that is planning out your Instagram grid. Now we're actually going to be using two different apps for this video, so let's get started. So the first app we're looking at is called Insta Preview. Basically what this does is it will load in all of the photos from your account so you can browse through all of your posts, but then it leaves you a space at the top left where you can load in new images from your camera roll. So let's say I wanted to add this photo, I could see what that would look like next to all of my other photos. Now you can add as many different new spaces as you want if you're planning on adding multiple photos, or if you just want to see what it would look like over the next week. Now this is actually a free app with some ads that just roll on the bottom of the screen, but if you want to remove those ads and have multiple accounts, if you're running different profiles, then you can't upgrade, but it is subscription based, so you have to pay for 3 or 6 months at a time, which is just kind of annoying. I would rather pay just $3 or $4 up front and then never have to pay anything again. But I mainly just use the app in its free mode. And the reason I chose this one over other apps like it is because it'll actually load in all of your previous posts for you. It's not just a blank canvas where you add all the photos manually and see what they look like. It'll actually load in all of your previous posts, and then you can add in posts after that. So that's why I've chosen Insta Preview. Now the next app we are looking at is called Griddy Pro. Basically what this allows you to do is take one photo and then split it up into multiple different posts. So you've probably seen a lot of people do this on Instagram, but what's cool about this app is it allows you to split it up into just one post high, 3 wide, 2 high, 3 wide, 3 high, and then even 4 high.
Welcome to Sky High.
But do keep in mind that it is of course going to crop in your photo the bigger you go. So if you have certain elements of your photo that you don't want to leave out, just keep that in mind. Let's say you've moved your image around, you've got it where you like it, then you just hit next, and then it'll show you which pieces of the image you need to post first. So if I were to save that, it would just save it to my camera roll. And then I would post this image first, I post the middle one, and then the one on the left, so that when we get to Instagram, it's one cohesive image across the grid. Now, of course, when you are posting photos across the grid, you do need to stay consistent, otherwise it's just gonna mess the whole thing up. You've probably seen someone who does a triple wide image, and then they post one photo after that, and it messes the whole grid up, and it just looks terrible. So that is one thing to keep in mind. You wanna stay consistent. Now this is the account that I've been running over the past few months for my band. This is not like a shameless plug or anything. I'm just showing you an example of what this looks like. So you'll see that we have a couple different versions. I have one that's triple wide, triple tall, and then a lot of them are just one post high, but they go all across the grid. Now one really cool technique I've been working with is using videos by posting a photo, a video, and then a photo. So you've actually got a video in the middle, but it still fits into the grid. So if I tap into this, you can actually watch that video and it's still widescreen and it's still normal aspect ratio. But when you go out of that post, it still fits seamlessly across the grid. So I actually want to show you how to do that with a video if you are interested. If not, you can just skip to the end of this video, just click on this time code. But what we're gonna do is switch over to our computer, and we're just gonna open up any video editing software. I'm actually just gonna use something simple like ScreenFlow. So I'll go ahead and create a new document, 1920 by 1080. So I've just dragged in some raw drone footage here. It's not color graded or anything like that. That's not the reason I'm making this video. And so what we're gonna do is just find somewhere in the video that you want to highlight. This is gonna be what's gonna show up on the grid. So you can just jump to wherever, and wherever you find that part of the video, go up to File if you're using ScreenFlow and select Save Frame. Now this will just save an image to your desktop, and you can just call this InstaGrid or whatever. And you'll see we now have a PNG of that full image. Now, if you're using something like Premiere or Final Cut, there is a very similar way to do this. You can just right click and say Save Frame, or you can export the whole video into images and then pick the best frame from that folder. But if you don't feel like doing any of that, the lazy way to do it would be to just take a screenshot of your preview. So you could go up, hold Command-Shift-4, and then just drag a window over your preview screen. Probably gonna lose a little bit of quality doing it this way, but it's up to you, whatever you decide. Then what you wanna do is go over to that image that we just saved, go to Share, AirDrop, and then just send it to your phone. Now you'll see that's popped up on my phone. Now I'm gonna jump back to Griddy Pro, and I'm only gonna select the one option, and I'm gonna crop it where I want it, hit next, and save it. Now we're gonna jump back to Photos, and we're only gonna select the middle image. We're gonna hit Share, go to AirDrop, and drop it back to your Mac. and you'll see that that photo is now here. We're gonna drag that in, and we're gonna trim it down to a really small size, pretty much the smallest it can go, and then you're just gonna drag over your clip to fit that in, and you wanna scale it up to fit the comp. Now obviously I started at HD and I cropped it down to something like 640 and then scaled it back up, so it's not gonna be the best quality. So the best would be to work with something like a 4K video file, then crop it down so you're not really going below HD. But then we can export it out of our video editing software, share that video back over AirDrop over to our iOS device. Now we're gonna jump back to Gritty Pro just to remember which photos we need to post first. So I'm gonna look at the one on the right that has the 1 over it, remember what that looks like, and I can see that's the photo I need to post. So I'm just gonna share it from my photo roll just so I don't mess this up. You can write whatever caption you want. One thing I like to do when I'm posting a series like this is just to put some brackets and say 1 out of 3. Otherwise people might think they're seeing the same post and they'll just scroll right by it. So I'm not gonna add anything else, I'm just gonna hit share. And then what we're gonna do is actually post the video, and I'll say 2 out of 3. And then you need to wait until this video is finished posting. Otherwise, if you post the next image, it's gonna post the 2 images and then the video. So wait till that's finished. Double check what photo you need to post. So I'm gonna look at 3, just remember what that looks like. And do the same thing and just write 3 out of 3. Now if we jump back into Instagram, you see that our photo is technically seamless across the entire grid. It looks like a photo, but if we click into the video, we can actually watch the video back. Now the only mistake I made here was that I didn't post the video in widescreen mode, that's why it's cropped in. But other than that guys, that is how you can make a video look like that on your Instagram grid. And so guys, that is it for this video, and that concludes our series. We first started looking at how you can animate your Instagram stories. We looked at how you can maximize your engagement with Instagram hashtags. We found the best time to post to Instagram, and today we learned how to crush your Instagrid game. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more Mac and iOS videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.